There are moments in your life when everything becomes quiet. Not because everything is okay, but because you've stopped trying to explain what you feel. You've stopped trying to make people understand what's happening inside you. You've stopped searching for the right words, because deep down you already know that some feelings cannot be explained. They can only be felt, carried, and slowly understood over time. And maybe that's where you are right now, in a place where things don't make sense anymore, where the direction you thought was clear has become blurry, where the energy you once had has faded, and all that's left is a mix of questions, doubts, and a strange kind of silence that follows you everywhere. And it's not the peaceful silence that brings comfort. It's the kind of silence that forces you to sit with your thoughts, to face the emotions you've been avoiding, to feel everything you tried to ignore. And I know how heavy that can feel. I know how confusing it is to wake up every day not knowing exactly what you're supposed to do, not knowing if you're moving forward or just standing still, not knowing if you're healing or just learning how to hide the pain better. And the truth is, healing doesn't look the way you think it does. It's not always visible. It's not always clear. It doesn't happen in a straight line. Sometimes it feels like you're making progress, and then suddenly you feel like you're back at the beginning, like nothing has changed, like everything you worked on has disappeared. And that can be frustrating. That can make you feel like giving up, like maybe you're not healing at all. But what you don't see is that healing is happening beneath the surface, in the way you think, in the way you react, in the way you begin to understand yourself more deeply, in the way you start to recognize your patterns, your triggers, your emotions. And even if it's slow, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect, it's still progress. And you need to give yourself credit for that, because not everyone has the courage to face themselves. Not everyone is willing to sit in that silence, to feel that discomfort, to go through that process. But you are. You're still here, still trying, still searching for something better. And that means something. That means you haven't given up on yourself, even if it feels like you have. Even if there are days where you feel completely lost. The fact that you're still here, still breathing, still thinking about how to move forward, that is proof that there is something inside you that refuses to quit, something that still believes that things can get better, even if you don't fully see how yet. And sometimes, that small belief is all you need to keep going. You have to understand something. Not everything you lose is meant to destroy you. Some things are meant to free you. Some endings are not punishments. They are redirections. They are moments where life is quietly guiding you away from something that no longer serves you. Even if you don't realize it at the time, even if it feels painful, even if it feels like something important has been taken from you. Because the truth is, we often hold on to things that we've outgrown, situations, people, versions of ourselves that once felt right, but no longer align with who we are becoming. And letting go of those things, it's not easy. It never is. Because we attach meaning, we attach memories, we attach emotions, and when those things are gone, it can feel like a part of us is gone with them. It can feel like we've lost something valuable, something irreplaceable. But sometimes what we're really losing is not the thing itself, but the version of ourselves that needed it. And that realization, it changes everything, because it shifts your perspective from loss to growth, from pain to transformation, from why did this happen to me, to what is this trying to teach me? And that question, it's powerful, because it opens the door to understanding, to healing, to moving forward instead of staying stuck in the past. And I know it's not easy to see it that way. I know it's hard to find meaning in pain, to find purpose in loss. But sometimes clarity comes later. Sometimes you don't understand why something had to end until you see what comes next, until you experience the growth that follows, until you realize that what you thought was breaking you was actually rebuilding you in a different way, a stronger way, a more aligned way. And that's why you have to trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it feels unfair, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Because sometimes things fall apart, so better things can come together. And maybe right now you're in that in-between phase, that space where the old version of your life no longer fits, but the new version hasn't fully arrived yet. And that space, it's uncomfortable, it's uncertain, it feels like you're floating without direction, like you're trying to find your footing in a place that doesn't feel stable. And that can create anxiety, that can create fear, because as human beings, we crave certainty. We want to know what's next, we want to feel in control, but growth doesn't happen in certainty. It happens in the unknown. It happens in those moments where you don't have all the answers, where you have to trust yourself, trust your journey, trust that even if you don't see the full picture, you are still moving in the right direction. And I know that's hard. I know it's difficult to trust when things feel unclear, when the path is not visible, when the outcome is uncertain. But sometimes the only way forward is through faith, not blind faith, but a quiet, steady belief that even if things are not working out the way you planned, they are still working out in a way that serves your growth, your evolution, your purpose. And that belief, it doesn't remove the struggle. It doesn't make things easy, but it gives you the strength to keep going, to take the next step even when you're unsure, to move forward even when you don't feel ready. And that's what matters, not perfection, not having everything figured out, but continuing, showing up, trying again, even when it's hard. Because at the end of the day, your life is not defined by the moments where everything goes right. It's defined by how you handle the moments where everything feels wrong, where things don't go as planned, where you face challenges you didn't expect, where you have to adapt, to grow, to find strength you didn't know you had. And those moments, they are not there to break you. They are there to reveal you, to show you what you're capable of, to push you beyond your limits. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's difficult, but it's also necessary, because without those moments, you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't evolve, you wouldn't become the person you are meant to be. And that's why you have to keep going, even when it feels hard, even when it feels like nothing is working, because every step you take, every effort you make, every time you choose not to quit, you are building something inside you, something that will carry you forward, something that will eventually lead you to a place where everything starts to make sense. So wherever you are right now, whether you feel lost, confused, tired, or unsure, I want you to remember this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are in the middle of your journey, in the middle of your growth, in the middle of becoming someone stronger, someone wiser, someone more aligned with the life you are meant to live. And even if it doesn't feel like it right now, even if it feels like you're not making progress, you are, every single day, in ways you may not see yet, in ways you may not understand yet. And one day, you will look back at this moment, at this phase of your life, and you will realize that it was necessary, that it was shaping you, preparing you, guiding you towards something better. And when that day comes, you will be grateful that you didn't give up, that you kept going, that you trusted the process even when it didn't make sense. And until that day comes, just keep going, one step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. Because that's how everything changes. That's how everything begins.